Yes, friends, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we were discussing about the motion chapter and we started with the exercise questions. So, up to 7th question, we solved the exercise. Now, in today's class, we are going to solve the remaining questions. That is nothing but question number 8. What is the given in the question number 8? The speed and time graph for a car is shown in figure. The speed and time graph for a car is shown in figure. So what we have to find out by from this graph? We have to find how far does the car travel in the first 4 seconds. How far does the car travel in the first 4 seconds? And as well as we have to shade the area on the graph that represents the distance traveled by the car during the period. During the period. The question number B is the same question. Which part of the graph represents uniform motion of the car? Which part of the graph is going to represent the uniform motion of the car? So that one by one we are going to find out. So find how far does the car travel in the first 4 seconds. Shade the area of the graph that represents the distance traveled by the car. So first answer will be what? A. Right, what are they given here? They are given the time taken, that is nothing but t equal to 4 seconds. And we have to calculate the total distance covered, that is nothing but it is equal to question mark. After 4 seconds, the car is going to travel how much distance? We have to find out that thing. Now, how are we going to find out that thing? By using the graph. If you remember that in a graphical representation, to find out the total distance covered, we have to take the area of that thing. We have to take the area of that thing. After that much time, we are going to take the area. By using the area, we are going to find out the total distance covered. So then, we check here. After 4 seconds, at the point B, we are going to plot another line so that we are going to get the area of those things. So let this be point A, and this be the B, and this be the O. So what is the value of point A here? It is equal to 6 meters per second. To find out the area, what we have to do, we have to shade this area. We have to find out the area of OAB. So for that, we are going to shade this thing. Already one answer is came here. What is that? Represent the distance traveled by the car during the period by shading those things. So that this is shaded area. This shaded part of the graph is nothing but the distance covered by the car after the 4 seconds. Now we have to find out the distance covered of the car after 4 seconds. To find out the distance covered by the car, after 4 seconds, is equal to what? It is equal to area of triangle OAB. It is equal to area of triangle OAB. That is nothing but total distance covered in this case will be area of triangle OAB. This much area is going to give us the distance covered by the car. So that is nothing but half B into H. If you remember the formula for the triangle, area of triangle, that is nothing but half B into H. So that area of triangle is nothing but H. Total distance covered half. What is base here? We take base here is equal to OB. So into OB. What is height here? It is BA or AB. That equal to half. What is the value of OB here? If you take the time here on the y-axis, x-axis is equal to how much? It is equal to 4 into what is the value of AB? That is equal to this value, that is nothing but 6. So that we can take 6. That equal to 1 is 2, 2 is 2, 6 is how much? It is equal to 12 meters. It is equal to 12 meters. That is nothing but distance traveled by the car. Distance traveled by the car after 4 seconds. After 4 seconds is 12 meters. This is the answer for the A question. So next B question. Which part of the graph represents uniform motion of the car? Which part of this graph is going to represent the uniform motion of the car? If you remember in the graphical representation, uniform motion in the speed and distance graph, if you remember the previous classes, in that classes we discussed that uniform motion, the speed of the vehicle or the speed of the object will remain constant. The speed of the object or speed of the vehicle will remain constant. If you want to show that in the graph, in the speed of the time graph, it is going to show a parallel line to the x-axis. It is going to show a parallel line to the x-axis. We have to find out that parallel line which is parallel to the x-axis. So then we will check here from this point to this point. From this point to this point, it is parallel to the point C and this is D. From where to where? From 6 to 10 seconds. From 6 to 10 seconds, it is showing the parallel line. That means it is moving with the uniform motion from 6 to 10 seconds. From C to D. So this is the representation of the B answer. That is nothing but uniform motion. It is the uniform motion. From C to D, that is nothing but from 6 seconds to 8 seconds. From 6 seconds to 10 seconds. Right? I hope this is clear. Everything about this problem is clear. What you have to do, you have to redraw this graph. Right? The problem statement you have to draw. While solving the A question, again you have to draw and mention this graph. You have to share this area. In third case, again redraw the, for the answer for the B question, again redraw the graph and mention this part as uniform motion. Why this part is uniform motion? This line is parallel to this line x-axis. So that here the speed will remain constant. If the speed is constant, then the motion which is moving is uniform motion. Right? This is the answer for the 8th question. Next 9th question. 9th question. I am not going to write that 9th question since it is a theoretical question. If it is a numerical, I am going to write everything there on the board. So what is that 9th question? State which of the following conditions are possible. State which of the following conditions are possible and give an example. And give an example. So in the 9th question there are two questions. First we are going to discuss A question. A question. There are two questions in the 9th question, A and B. Now first we are going to discuss about the A question. What is that question? A object with constant acceleration but zero velocity. A object with constant acceleration but zero velocity. That is nothing but the problem statement is given as A as constant. A as constant, V is equal to how much? V is equal to 0. Is this condition is possible? Is it possible? If you remember the definition for the acceleration, that is nothing but it is the rate of change of velocity. It is the rate of change of velocity. That's so. If the velocity remains 0 only, is it possible that acceleration will be there? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. But in some condition it is possible. In which condition it is going to be possible? If you take the ball and if you throw the ball into vertical direction. In a vertical direction, what will happen? Ball is going to attain a height. Ball is going to attain, when I throw that ball, it is going to attain a height. At that point of height, it is not going to further. It is not going to go further in the upward direction, so that it is going to stop for some time. At that time, it is at rest position. It is at rest position. That means the velocity of that object at that point of the height is what? It is equal to 0. It is equal to 0. But acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, that is nothing but the gravitational force which is present in the earth is pulling the ball towards it. But actually it is stopping there when for some time. The velocity is 0 still, but it is pulling towards it. Pulling towards the earth. That means acceleration is there. And remember, acceleration due to gravity always have the constant value. It's always having the constant value. For that reason, it is pulling towards it. So that in that condition, we can say that acceleration will be constant. Acceleration will be constant, but velocity will be 0. When we throw a ball in the upward if it reach its peak point at that moment, at that height, the velocity will be zero and acceleration will be constant. So answer for the A question, it is possible. Answer for the A question, it is possible. When it is possible? When we throw a ball vertically. When we throw a ball vertically upward direction. When you throw a ball in the vertically upward direction, when it reaches its peak, then its velocity will be zero and acceleration will be constant. Its velocity will be zero and acceleration will be constant. If you take any object, if you throw that object in the upward direction, vertically upward direction, it is going to reach some height. After that height, it can't go further. At that point, it is going to stop for few seconds, few milliseconds. At that point of time, the acceleration due to gravity will be constant, but velocity of that object will be zero. The velocity of that object will be zero. So this is the A answer for the 9th question. Next B answer. What is the B question? An object moving in a certain distance. An object is moving in a certain distance with an acceleration in the perpendicular direction. The acceleration in the perpendicular direction. The problem statement only they have given that if the direction of the motion is in this direction, acceleration will be in this direction. This is the direction of the acceleration. This is the direction of the motion. That is nothing but an object is moving in a certain direction with an acceleration in the perpendicular direction. Is this condition is possible? Is this condition is possible? Yes, it is possible. How it is possible? If you remember the last topic of this chapter, that is nothing but circular motion. In the circular motion, the object which is moving in a circular direction is going to experience, it is being accelerated. The object will be accelerated. In which direction the object will be accelerated? The object will be accelerated in perpendicular direction to the motion of the object. In perpendicular direction to the motion of the object, and the direction is going to change at each point of time. It is going to change at each point of time. So if you take the circular motion, it is going like this. At this point, if you take it in the direction of the motion is like this, but acceleration will be in perpendicular direction like this. So that the B answer is also possible. It is also possible. When it is possible? When object is moving in circular direction, moving in circular path. Circular path. It is also possible when an object is moving in a circular path. I hope this is clear. We are remaining with the last question. So they are given the radius of circular orbit. That is equal to how much? It is equal to 42,250 kilometers. That is given as 42,250 kilometers. So what we have to find out? We have to find out the speed of the satellite. We have to find out the speed of the satellite. That is equal to question mark. That is nothing but v equal to question mark. Right? So what we have to find out? We have to find out the speed of the satellite. If you remember, the speed of the satellite or speed of any object is given as total distance covered divided by time taken. Total distance covered by time taken. So if you check here, if you check this problem statement, the total distance covered in this case from this point to this point will be what? It will be what? It will be from this point to, it is going to revolve around the orbit Earth, and it is again going to come back at this point. So in this case, to find out the total distance covered, we are going to take the perimeter of the orbit. That is nothing but we are going to take the perimeter of that circular orbit. That is nothing but the circumference. So that we can say that total distance covered by the satellite is equal to what? It is equal to circumference of the circular orbit. That is nothing but circumference of the circular orbit can be given as, remember the formula, that is given as 2 pi r. That can be given as 2 pi r. So that total distance covered can be given as yes. That is nothing but circumference of the circle. That is nothing but c. That is equal to what? It is equal to 2 into 22 divided by 7 into what is the value given here? That is nothing but 42,250. 42,250. Right? So it is not possible, it is not divisible by 7, so we are going to keep that value like this only. So what we have to find out? We have to find out the speed here. What is the formula of the speed? That is nothing but v equal to s divided by t. That equal to what is s here? S is nothing but 2 into 22 into 42,250 divided by 7. So it can be written as 2 into 22 into 42,250 divided by 7 into what is the value of time taken here? It is equal to 24. So 2 ones are 2 12s are 2 6s are 2 11s are. Is it possible? It is going to be divisible by 6. If you check here, 6 ones are 6 7s are 42 0. It is not possible. So we are going to divide it by 2 again. 2 3s are 2 2s are 2 1s are 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 5s are. Right? So that equal to how much? 21,125 into 11 divided by 21. So we are going to multiply directly, divide by 21. 21 ones are 21 ones are. It will become 0. So it is 1 is not divisible by 1. 21. So that we are going to 2 again. We are going to take 0. It is also not divisible by 21. So 21 how much are 125? 21 5s are 105. 21 5s are 105. Remains 20. It becomes 200. 21 9s are 289. 21 9s are 289. So that it is equal to 1005.9 into 11. 1005.9 is nearly equal to 1006. So that we are going to write there 1006 into 11. That equal to how much? 11 6 are 66. 0 0 11 ones are 11. That is equal to 11,066 km per hour. That is nothing but 11,066 km per hour. That is nothing but the speed of the satellite, artificial satellite, which is revolving around the Earth, having the radius of 42,250 is equal to how much? It is equal to 11,066 km per hour. That we can convert So it is 2 9s are 2 5s are 2 5s are 2 3s are 2 3s are. So it can be given as here 9 1s are 9 6 are 54 remains 1 it will become 13 9 1s are 9 it will remain 4 it becomes 43 43 is nearly equal to 45 so there 9 5s are so that it becomes 615 into 5. So what is the value of 615 into 5? 615 into 5 that is nothing but 5 5 is 25 remains 2 5 1s are 5 it will become 7 5 6 are 30 that is equal to 30 that is equal to 3075 meter per second that is nothing but 3075 meter per second. Right, it is the final answer. It is the final answer. That is nothing but velocity of the satellite is given in meter per second as 3075 meter per second. If you have to take the accurate value, it will be larger number. It doesn't make any changes, so that you can take the nearest value, nearest correct value. So that don't take the decimal point. In this problem only, so that the values are very high, so that we can take the nearest value where we can take the approximate value of those things. So the answer for the final velocity that is satellite is nothing but 3075 meter per second, or we can take the in kilometer per hour, it is nothing but 11066 kilometer per hour. So our final answer is here. I am going to write the final answer here. What is the speed of the satellite is 11,066 kilometer per hour or 3075 meter per second. 3075 meter per second. Here, after completion of this topic or this problem, your chapter is over. We solved the exercise questions as well as we covered all the topics which is going to come in this chapter. We remain with the example questions and some applied questions which we are going to cover after the completion of this syllabus. So up to that point, take care, thank you, see you in the next class, take care, thank you, stay well, stay home.